Right, listen, if you've submitted an application and the application is either is delayed or it's been refused, there are various reasons why that your application is either delayed or is refused. I want you to listen very well to this video. You'll pick one or two things from it. Okay? Because sometimes you are you're worried. You've submitted an application for about a year or two. You haven't had any response. Something is not right. You think you should have had a response, but it's not forthcoming. There are various reasons why, such application could be delayed or could be refused. Okay? One of it is human error. Now, when you submit an application, don't forget that your own personal mistakes can contribute to the reason why your application is either delayed or is refused. Okay? I think I've done this video before and I'm just making a repetition of it for people to kind of have a broad knowledge of some of the reasons why applications are either refused or they are delayed. Take for instance, if you are on 10 years road to indefinite leave to remain, or you're on 5 years route to indefinite leave to remain, you will have to submit this application that I'm talking about like 4 times or 2 times before you now finally apply for your indefinite leave to remain. Listen very carefully to this. If, for instance, you are on 10 years route to indefinite leave to remain, okay, what that means is that you would have submitted application 4 times and the 5th time would be your indefinite leave to remain. You understand? Now, this is where I'm going. If you have used your lawyer, if you have used the service of a lawyer for the first application, which is the 2.5 years, to those of you that are on this particular route, you would understand what I'm talking about and you'll be able to connect. Okay? If you have used the service of a lawyer for the first 2.5 years and it's been granted unto you, and then the second one, you don't want to use the service of a lawyer. I'm laying emphasis on this because I've done it before and I'm just making a repetition. Okay? Now, you want to use your own personal knowledge now for the second application. You don't want to use the service of a lawyer anymore. Okay? Now, this is one thing you need to have at the back of your mind. You see that your application form filled by your lawyer, the first one that you submitted, there's this particular application that you submitted that was filled by your lawyer, by your solicitor, whatever you like to call it, okay? By your lawyer, all right? Now, you need to have the copy of that application form. You need to have the copy of that application form, because if you don't have the copy of that application form and you intend to file in the second application by yourself, there is no way you won't make mistakes. Because the previous application, maybe there is a particular place where the lawyer has written 4, and now in this particular application, you want to write 5 contradictions. Okay? There's no way you will make mistakes. And then when you make multiple mistakes like that, it can cause your application to be delayed or to be refused. Because what they will tend to see is that you are lying. Okay? Is that you are lying. So it is very, very important that you have it at the back of your mind that whatever you are imputing in this particular application form are genuine, are authentic. And aside that, you need to get a copy of this application form from your lawyer, the one that has been filled, that has every details of yours on it. You must collect the copy of it. Whether you are going to eventually use the service of the same lawyer for the second application or you want to do it by yourself, you still need to have the copy of that application. If you have not requested for it, it is your duty and your responsibility to make sure you have that copy of the application form, just in case you want to fill in the application form in a subsequent application in the future. You'll be able to know what has it written in the first, this section A subsection B, all right, what has it written? So take for instance in paragraph 1 subsection 1, if your lawyer has written 2, okay, if you don't have the copy of that application form, there is no way you will know that your lawyer has written 2. Okay, and that's the reason why you need to have the copy of it, so that when you are filling the subsequent application form, you know exactly what your lawyer has imputed for you in the previous application. Okay, it is very, very important that you have this. This is one of the reasons why we have applications refused or delayed, because you can't contradict yourself. You can't say you are 20 when you are 40. You can't say you are 50 when you are 60. All of these things put together amounts to contradiction. And when you contradict yourself in a way like that, you're trying to tell the Home Office, that you are not consistent, that you don't know what you're doing. And this can obviously, honestly, cause your application to be delayed. You understand? So if you know you're not going to use the service of your lawyer in your subsequent application, you need to get everything from the lawyer. Okay, I know it's expensive to use the service of a lawyer, maybe $1,500 or $2,000, depending on how much the lawyer will charge. It varies. Okay, aside your application fee, aside the super priority service and all of that, aside English test or life in the UK test and all of that, little money on the side. So when you put all of this together, it amounts to something big, and you don't want to make mistakes in your application which will warrant it to be refused. And that's the reason why I'm telling you that every application you're going to submit, you have to make sure that it is detailed, it is authentic, and everything you're going to be writing or imputing in the form is actually correct in connection to the previous application that you have submitted. So take this on board. If you know that you are not going to use the service of your lawyer, whether you're going to use the service of a lawyer or not, it is imperative that you obtain that form from your lawyer. Just in case in the future you want to fill the application form yourself, you'll be able to know exactly what he has written in a particular section of the form. I hope this helps. So try as much as possible. I'm not saying not to use the service of a lawyer. If you don't want to use the service of a lawyer, fine. But if you still want to use the service of the same lawyer that you have been using before, then this video might not be for you. But just in case you are not interested in using the service of the same lawyer, or perhaps you want to now change lawyer, you want to use the service of a different lawyer, and I'm sure the new lawyer they want to be using now will ask you to obtain the previous form so that the lawyer now can know exactly what the previous lawyer has written in your form. These are quite simple things.